YouTube followers, thank you so much for tuning in for part 2 of our video about the barn, which is one of our lost buildings here at Somerset. In the years following the fire that consumed the first great barn, a new barn was constructed, but evidence for the reconstruction is scant. In 1860, Josiah ordered 8 sash windows, 2 panel doors over 6 feet high, and 300 pounds of fireproof paint for roofs. We have concluded that these materials were tied to the reconstruction of the barn, as none of the extant buildings have 8 sash windows. In the years after the Civil War, ownership of Somerset Place transferred to William Shepherd, Josiah's nephew, who had mortgaged the property to his cousin Herbert Page by 1873. In a property survey conducted later in 1873, the barn needed a new roof on one side and other repairs. In the late 19th to early 20th century, Somerset Place passed to a succession of owners and direct evidence for the barn is scarce, although we know that some of its timber was salvaged for local construction projects. In 1937, the federal government's Farm Security Administration acquired Somerset Place, but in 1939, most of the extant buildings at Somerset became part of the newly established Pettigrew State Park. The barn was apparently still owned by the FSA, according to the records of the Historic American Buildings Survey taken in 1940. The barn was listed as a dilapidated conglomeration of an original structure with several additions. Surveyor Thomas Waterman noted the construction of the barn frame with enormous timbers as large as 12 feet by 12 inches, which made it one of the most interesting examples of timber framing in the country. By 1942, the barn was part of Pettigrew State Park and was included in a survey conducted as part of plans for the restoration of buildings at Somerset. The study concluded that the barn consisted of 3 separate buildings, with 2 additions attached to an original structure. The surveyor noted the existence of 4 main stories, with a 5th story for storing machinery. An opening in the eastern part of the 2nd floor indicated the existence of an elevator for hauling grain. Although closed at the time of the survey, the location of chutes for depositing grain onto barges could still be seen at that time. Since the entire barn was built of cypress, the surveyor found the presence of brick in a portion of the east wall rather puzzling. The most logical explanation, according to the surveyor, was that the brick wall was necessary to prevent rot, since the supply of water that ran the water wheel would have splashed against that side of the barn. During the barn's period of use, water had been diverted from the canal to the water wheel, which powered the machinery for shelling and fanning the corn. Tragically, this second barn also succumbed to fire on March 14, 1949. The fire was likely accidental, having spread from ditches being burned off about 600 yards west of the barn. Thank you so much for tuning in for part 2 of our barn video, and please subscribe and post comments below. We would love to hear from you.